tie here at 167.
You can already see that Nguyen's keeping that guard very high, expecting the explosive punches to come to the head, but he's got to be careful of the shots to the body as well. Jojo's so deceptive in going to the head, but then really ultimately targeting the body and just shutting down your internal organs.
Well, Mitch, it is evident that Nguyen is going to have to deal with some heavy artillery coming from Johan Ghazali.
There's one of the shots already. Straight right hand, right to the body. Nguyen wore it well. Chopping at the legs. That lead leg attack is going to be important for Nguyen because Jojo's so heavy on that lead leg when you throw those hands.
Yeah, Nguyen's doing a good job of walking backwards. Seeing Ghazali now just kind of overcommit right there on some punches. He'll have to be careful doing that, just keeping his guard tight on the way out. But Nguyen's doing a good job of staying on his bicycle and not getting sucked into Ghazali's game.
There's a front kick there by Nguyen. Ghazali looking to close the distance.
There's a nice little roundhouse kick thrown by Ghazali to get that guard up again. Look for Jojo to go to the body, and he does with a jab.
Look at that, Ghazali pounding his head as to say, come on, bring it.
Well, they clashed heads there, and Nguyen's got to do a better job. He circled off that time, but he can't let Ghazali back him up to this cage.
We're just over the halfway mark of the first round.
Nguyen's still looking a bit stiff, a little bit tight and rigid in his movement. He needs to get loose, he needs to start flowing out there, letting those shots go. Disguise that high kick as he catches a body shot. Enters into the clinch with Jojo.
Olivier Cost separates the two. We are nearing the 1 minute mark in the first.
We're seeing a different style from Ghazali here a little bit. He's typically heavy on the front leg, heavy with the jab. He's not throwing not as many jabs as he normally does this time. Leading with kicks, leading with a lot of the power shots.
Nguyen seems to be a bit affected. A couple body shots, followed by a left hook on the top of the head. And Nguyen, big right hand there by Ghazali.
Especially is that high double forearms guard that Nguyen's tried to utilize to protect these big shots. His body is wide open. And Ghazali is trying to swing for the fences. These guys are trading inside the impact.
By Ghazali, and the mouthpiece comes out of Nguyen.
Ghazali gets right on that front foot, trying to back up Nguyen to the circle wall.
Ghazali's got to be careful. When you swing big, you miss big. You leave yourself open. That is what Nguyen specializes in, is finding those openings.
And we've seen Ghazali in the past, especially on the Friday fights. He tries to end you with every single shot, so he kind of gets thrown off balance when he throws those big punches.
But keep in mind,
that ends round number 1.
Keep in mind that Ghazali said that he was going to start out slow, so this was his slow.
Well, Rich, he did say in the fighter meetings that he was going to download the information. And one championship returns to the legendary Lupini Stadium on Friday, July 5th for One Fight Night 23. In the main event, two of the world's top pound-for-pound women's strikers square up as American phenom Jackie Buntan faces French-Algerian star Anissa Mexen for the inaugural One Women's Strawweight Kickboxing World Championship. That'll be on Friday, July 5th, 8 Eastern from Lupini Stadium. But Rich, Ghazali said he was going to, in the first round, heal up again and then adjust his game plan as such. And that was him sort of being, I guess, a bit cautious. To me, he picked up the intensity in the second half of that first round.
I don't know. Let's see if that was actually his feeling out process, because if it is, I don't know where the second round is going to go.
But Nguyen is matching the pace. He's not getting wilted under this pressure as Ghazali connects with a nice little second rear hand right there. Continues on pressure, egging on Nguyen, trying to engage in that firefight.
Let's see if Nguyen, a spinning back fist that misses. Mitch, if you were Nguyen, what would you like to see out of him?
I want to see him utilize that jab, especially as Ghazali's starting to come in. I want to see him utilize the jab, start chopping at those legs, and then start looking for that head kick. He's throwing that head kick without any kind of setup, and that's one of his best weapons. But he usually does better by chopping at the legs, getting people to think about the legs, and then going to the head after they've been hurt to the leg.
Nguyen's got to be careful here because he's starting to plant his feet, and you got to be careful with an explosive athlete. We saw this with his Stukanon as well. Ghazali has the ability to kind of, it's like throwing an off-speed pitch. He has the ability to slow himself down and make you think that he's not going to come in and then suddenly explode.
Well, so far, Nguyen is not going away against John Ghazali, but Ghazali understands the power that Nguyen possesses. There's a right hand that lands for Nguyen.
And Nguyen's also starting to muscle the youngster around a little bit. You know, he's twice as old as Ghazali, and he's not being intimidated by this youngster's ferociousness. Ghazali likes to push people around, likes to manhandle people, throw them to the canvas, force them to get back up. But Nguyen's okay to do that. He's pushing back as well. Does he focus hard on strength and conditioning as he chops the legs right there? That's an important weapon. Keep going that leg, Nguyen.
Rich, could it be a case that Ghazali is a bit frustrated? That was the second time he sort of went ahead, and he has some theatrics now telling him, stand in the center of the circle. Could it be that Ghazali is sort of trying to find a way to entice Nguyen into a firefight?
100% that's what he's doing, because you've seen he kind of rubbed off his chin. He took a page out of Raltang's book after Nguyen landed a good right on the cheek, and then he did the same thing there, like come to the center of the ring after Nguyen landed another solid punch, and Ghazali's trying to suck him into that sloppy game.
And it's very important for Nguyen not to fall for that. You know, he's got to stay committed to his game plan, and the strategy's working much better here in this second round. And he's landing big shots, and he's avoiding that monstrous right hand that Ghazali hurts so many people with. But Ghazali's also starting to headhunt. He needs to go back down to the body and set up those headshots.
Yeah, we've seen that beautiful shovel hook, that real tight shovel hook that he throws. He's really kind of let off the gas on that one. I like what Nguyen has done with the few elbows that he's throwing. Ghazali's so overly aggressive. He should start utilizing those elbows on the inside more.
That was a big head kick there by Nguyen, right moments of the second. And we are on our way to the third. Well, so far, what a battle between these two.
There's Nguyen firing on the entry. Nguyen being like, come on, I'm here with you. JoJo's like, come on, walk to the center. Come on, let's go toe-to-toe. Here's Nguyen exchanging with Ghazali. Ghazali steps off, throws a beautiful little chopping leg kick, but he gets stumbled back a little bit. Nguyen's doing a good job of standing his ground and engaging in the war.
Guys, I'm nowhere near a judge, but from your perspective, how do you see the fight as we enter the third and final round? Rich.
Hold me on the spot first. I like Nguyen's performance in that second round. I think that he actually, if there was if I had to punch that in front of me, I think he landed more punches in that second round. So I'm going to give the second one to Nguyen.
Dragon?
The first one's going to go to Ghazali, very aggressive, but in the judge's eyes, when you see a fighter coming forward and really trying to engage with his opponent, you know, you just have to give the aggression to the athlete that's always on the front foot. So it's important for Ghazali to stay there and Nguyen to also initiate his own forward offense. But I like the counter strike that comes from Nguyen.
Third and final round between John Ghazali and Nguyen trying to do not flyweight Muay Thai here at 167.
Nguyen spoke to us earlier this week about having problems with the power that Puric possessed, and that caused him to hesitate a little bit. And he went back and he worked on that, and he's handling the power of JoJo much better. And those leg kicks are starting to wear. You could see that he upended JoJo in the last exchange, and he landed another nice little leg kick. He needs to keep going those leg kicks because of how heavy on that lead leg, and you can see the blood on the leg of JoJo right now.
Yeah, that's from Nguyen's shin. You can see the blood streaming down from the shin, so it somehow got cut open. I will say this, that it looks like there's a little bit of steam off of Ghazali's punches in this third round.
Over a minute has elapsed in this third and final round. Mitch, for Ghazali, what would you like to see him exhibit here in this final minute and 45?
Back to the body. He's got to go back to the body, set up those headshots. There he is putting out. And you can see how much emotion Ghazali is swinging with. He's trying to decapitate Nguyen and send his head into the cheap seats here at the Impact Arena. He has to settle down, utilize that jab, set up those body shots, dig to the body, and then find the headshot. It's a third and final round. Maybe he just needs to empty the gas tank and put on a show.
Well, that's quite possible. And now they are in the center of the circle yet again. as we are nearing the final minute of the fight, Rich.
It's important to note there that Olivier Clausen warned Nguyen for backwards motion, and so that's obviously going to be seen in the judge's eyes.
Injury time.
Time being called.
Go on, over there. I'll give you some time. You good? All right. Oh, good.
And Ghazali didn't even take 25 seconds.
All right, stop.
He said he's ready to go.
Watch out. Ready?
Well,
Forward,
this
okay?
could be a quote-unquote race to the finish between Johan Ghazali and Nguyen Tran doing that. Stiff jab there by Ghazali.
Big right hand misses the mark from Ghazali as Nguyen is able to evade and then counter. He needs to go forward. He needs to really try to show the judges something. If Rich is right, and it could be 1-1, it's a very close match. A nice little combination right there.
Yeah, those forward movements, so it's key right here. And he's got 30 seconds to get it done. I liked what he was doing with the elbows on the inside. That stuff would really help him at this point.
Ghazali has won 9 in a row. He's trying to take his win streak to double digits. For Nguyen, he is going after the 15th win of his professional career. Final stages of the fight.
This combination landed by Nguyen, and then he immediately went for the low kick to interrupt that forward pressure that was coming back his way. Good fight.
That was a great finishing sequence from Nguyen. It was one of the few times that he was first in the entire fight. He usually let Ghazali be the one that set the pace on the combinations.
Well, who will take home this victory? Will it be the 17-year-old Malaysian-American youngster in Johan Ghazali, or will it be the 35-year-old from Vietnam, Nguyen Tran Duy Not, here at a sold-out Impact Arena? And boy, Mitch, did they put on a show.
That was impressive. I was impressed with JoJo's composure, even though he wasn't able to get Nguyen out of there. He stayed committed to the game plan, kept that forward pressure on. He put on a pretty good performance, you know, showboating a little bit, having fun out there. But also this man right here, Nguyen Tran Duy Not, came forward, learned from his mistakes in the last fight against Dennis Puric, and really brought the show, putting on a good fight here at Impact Arena.
Well, we await the judge's decision. There's a lot on the line for both men. For Johan Ghazali, obviously wants to send and make the fans proud and happy that have made their way here from Malaysia with the verdict. Here is Davao.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have scored this contest in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Nguyen Tran Duy Not.
So a major victory for Nguyen Tran Duy Not, getting the 15th win of his career, snapping the 9-fight win streak of Johan Ghazali, and that was a terrific performance by Vietnam Nguyen Tran Duy Not.
I would say that this is an example where you don't have to constantly be moving forward and hyper-aggressive to win a match. Nguyen did a good job, particularly in the 3rd round. He was very calculated, stepping backward, even though he got warned by Olivier on that, landing those combinations. From bell to bell, this was action. You know, Ghazali came out and he was just fury and fire to begin with, and typically his opponents fold under this pressure. The only thing Nguyen did was lose his mouthpiece, but he just kept coming forward the whole time. And you could tell that he got Ghazali frustrated in the 2nd round, because Ghazali started with these antics, like step in the center of the circle here. But the reality is that he was in the center of the circle landing punches. This is what Nguyen does, what he does best. He's able to make Ghazali miss and then counter. Saw it with the kick previously, and then the hand combinations right there. By the end of the match, though, you can tell that Ghazali was just slightly frustrated with his performance, and Nguyen takes away the victory.